Welcome, everybody, for our next meeting. Who would like to start?
Well, I would like to say something. Loretta, yes, I'm talking to
Yes.
you. I do not understand. You come in here, a newcomer, trying to dethrone me, I assume. I don't know what I ever did to you. You want to be part of this? I'm the one who started this whole entire plan. Why did you insult me?
Well, Penelope, I had no idea you came up with a plan, but Penelope, let's face it, you were the meanest to me of any of the people. You were really checking me out. Like, I'm a person with feelings. I'm Loretta.
I'm pretty sure you were the one who was on the offensive. Just saying.
No, that is not true. You are
Yes,
wrong.
that is true. You're
See, and
wrong.
that is why you are thinking you are the queen bee.
You know what? I have been the queen bee this entire time. I've been here for weeks. You've been here, what, one session?
Guys, may I just recommend that we get to the therapy part here? Um, and we might want to talk a little bit about our job. So, Loretta, were you able to provide the ID and stuff? Were you able to show us anything?
Yeah, I want to show y'all. This is what I'm working with, something like this.
Okay.
Okay. And I just need a little more info of like are we all supposed to be from a certain state? Can I just pick several different states? What do you want me to do with that?
I don't know. Lucky, you've dealt with this kind of thing before, having to have driver's licenses and stuff for your business. What do you recommend?
I mean, from my understanding, I would, at least put it in Louisiana, just to be on the safe side, make it more, realistic.
That's true. That's true.
I agree. I agree. For example, if you are stopped by the cop, the first thing they check is if you are in state or out of state. So if everyone has at least Louisiana, I think
Okay,
yeah,
Sounds
I'll
good.
do that.
good job there. It looks so from what we can see, it looks pretty good, Loretta. So
Well, the reason I chose California is it has a lot of pretty colors, but that's okay. I'll check out. I can do Louisiana. I don't know what theirs is yet, but I'll do a little research. I haven't looked at mine in years.
Okay.
I'll check it.
Loretta, are you committed to this?
Oh, sure.
All right.
I mean, if it's millions of dollars, you know.
Let's now I have to say that the rewards are going to be divvied up according to what you have contributed to the pot of the deal. So how are you doing on forgery? How are you going to actually copy her, so the Mona Lisa, so that people believe it's a real that it's the real thing?
The Mona Lisa?
Yes, that's what we're stealing.
The Mona Lisa.
Yes.
Whew.
I guess
Well,
yeah, yeah.
I
What
will
do you think?
say I
I'm
have
sorry,
seen
Jack.
her live in person. I saw her in Washington, D.C. I was surprised at how small that painting is, but honestly, I did sit there a couple of hours just adoring that beauty. So,
I'm sorry, is that beyond your capability, Loretta?
no, I'm saying I've seen it live. So, of course, I can do it.
Ain't it?
Oh, yes, I can paint. I can do just about anybody, honestly. And honestly, I really do love doing portraits. That's my favorite thing to do is portraits. So I think this is perfectly up my alley, y'all. I can do this. I promise. And I do think doing that would put me up in, the cut of the millions.
Okay, well, Loretta, what I'm saying is this. I'm not an artist myself, but it seems to me that famous paintings have certain kinds of brush strokes and other things that identify them for what they are.
You are right. That is right.
How are you planning on being able to determine what those brush strokes are? Because she's in Paris now, the painting.
It's all right. I don't need to see it again. I'm telling you, I studied it for hours. And there's so much on the internet that I can look at. So there's really nothing to worry about. And again, I'm really good with portraits. And because of its age, the paint has sort of dried in a certain consistency. And I know how to do that. I promise you, I'm your girl.
Loretta, you must understand, as Penelope pointed out, you're being new. This is a big deal to us, and we can't afford any mistakes, or we're all going to be going to prison. Me too.
Well,
No, I just want to say, before things continue to get out of hand, I just want to make sure we control this situation. So what is my role in all this again?
You, because of your ability to, can you provide us with a limousine? We need a
Right,
fancy
right.
car. We need a fancy car
Okay.
for someone to take the painting and stash it inside the car and go away. It's got to be a limousine, or the police and other security will stop any other kind of car that's not a big fancy car. Can you do it?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I can make that happen.
We may need more than one car. Look, Lucky. Just saying.
That's true. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I just needed to, just make sure, I understood, my role because it seemed like we have so many changes. So I just wanted to be crystal clear on everything.
Well, there will continue to be changes depending on, I mean, what happens. But Yui, I never did understand what your role is going to be. Can you explain it?
Well, I believe we talked about security, right? We talk about, cameras in these places. They're gonna watch it close. So, hey, and electronic stuff, computer, all of that, alarm stuff, you know, that's where I come in, right? Because I'm saying, my skill set with computer, network, all of that stuff, you're gonna need somebody who have an eye on the whole thing and when to turn off those eyes, right? Those cameras and stuff, so we can actually, you know, switch and get away. So that's I know we're gonna need that. So I'm gonna have to work closely with everybody, but for sure with Lucky, yeah, to make sure that any camera watching the vehicles, things like that. So
Wait a minute. Look, there's a kitchen staff, and if we do this correctly, where your magic with the computer things can turn off the lighting in time for someone to snatch the painting, how much does the painting weigh?
yeah,
it's not very big. It's not that heavy, unless it's like encased in some sort of really heavy glass or something. It was just when I saw it literally hanging there and you could see the back of it. That's what I loved. You could walk all the way around and see, I wonder if it was attached to that wall though.
Well, look, it's going to obviously be portable because they're bringing it to the museum for
That's
this
true.
big deal. But what I'm worried about is if you and Penelope are kitchen staff, maybe you're the servers or something, one of you may have to be the one that snatches the painting.
Penelope, have you ever done anything like that? Because I haven't.
yeah, Penelope, you tell her what you.
Yes, I'm a bit of an expert in that department.
Yes.
And I'm not even going to make you prove it to me.
Sweet.
Okay, good. All right. What else
That
do we?
makes sense. I think, it's funny, Council, you brought it up because Penelope is the one that can walk into high-end department store and walk out with stuff.
That's true.
You wouldn't believe my stash.
I believe it.
Guys, we're getting to the end of our meeting. Are there any other comments anybody wants to make before we move on?
Well,
Um,
I
I was,
I
I
can
was,
Sorry, Sal, what did you say?
I was gonna say, we've been talking about this, and I tell you the truth, the closer we get to doing this, the more nervous I become. Um, Number one, the Mona Lisa is usually protected by a glass enclosure. How do we get around that? Uh,
Break the glass.
Second,
Break the glass.
break the glass. And secondly, um, state law in Louisiana is that you get up to 20 years for grand theft, assuming you don't use force or something like that. And maybe the rest of y'all can sustain a 20-year sentence. I'll either, I don't even know if I can sustain the first day, much less 20 years. So I want to know, I really want to not only know, but really feel deep in my bones that this is going to work. Um, I really have questions about that. So that's pretty much what I'm thinking about.
Well, we all have to think about that.